Welcome into the Oklahomans Video Studio. Time for some river sport adventures and an update from the Boathouse District. Dave Morris alongside Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. And Mike, you brought friends.
Brought some friends today, yeah. Love to bring our guests and our great staff at the Boathouse District.
Yeah, we talk up these guys all the time, the experienced and good crew that you have out there across the board, whether it's events or whether it's people who work with those on the river. And one of the things as we get kicked into the summer hours and the summer operation down there is the international guides have arrived.
They've arrived, and we've got Charles here from South Africa.
Welcome, Charles.
Yeah,
thank you.
And
Great to be here.
yeah, it's really fun. You know, we emphasize #1, safety is the #1 priority, and to have some of these premier top professional guides here for the summer, not only does it really add to the experience, I mean, they make it a whole lot of fun, and you get to meet people from around the world, but also, you know, again, they keep us very safe and keep the guests and we really try to emphasize this is for everyone. So, you know, if you've never rafted before, they're gonna take care of you, and on the other hand, if you're an experienced rafter, they're also going to take care of you and make sure you have a
step on
exciting
the pedal
trip.
a little bit there.
Yeah.
I'll introduce everybody at this point. Charles Moffat, a guide, joins us from South Africa. Again, welcome. Great to meet you, sir. And we've spoken with this gentleman on the far end of the, I don't know if there actually is an end on a circular table, but Andreas Reyes, rafting manager, hailing from Ecuador. Good to see you again, sir.
Nice to see you too.
I believe last time we chatted, you were previewing a tour or a guided tour that you were going to take through Ecuador, correct?
Yes, sir. We took 8 people from Oklahoma all the way down to Ecuador for a 10-day trip of kayaking. They had a great time. They were amazing about like the country, the culture, the rivers, and everything, and they want to go again.
In fact, we heard some feedback from some of the people who went there, and they said that very thing. They had a great time and a great experience, and that really is kind of a life experience sort of thing, getting to travel, as you guys well know. Tell us more about the rafting program down there.
Well, so the rafting program for the international guys is really big. It takes a lot of time. We need to do a lot of paperwork, but finally we come with 17 international guides to get here all the way to Oklahoma. We had probably around like 70 to 80 people applying for the job. Of course, we cannot bring all, so we always try to pick the best ones. So it takes a lot of time to kind of like call each country, asking about like the reviews, the background of each guide, because we want to just bring the best ones from there. So right now we have people from 8 different countries. We have people from South America, like Brazil, Peru, Chile, Argentina. We had one guy from Mexico. We had some from South Africa as well. So that's kind of like really cool, because if there's some people that speak Spanish, we have a person who is going to speak Spanish. If we have some people from Brazil or Portugal that want to speak Portuguese, we have a guy from Portugal as well. And of course, all these guys speak English too. So
of course, right.
It's just like a plus.
Well, you mentioned South Africa. That would be the one of the gentlemen next to you, Charles from South Africa. Have you been here before, or is this your first time?
This is my first time in the States.
So how did you hear about this and get involved?
I had a friend that worked here last season. He was one of the international guides here last season, and he basically referred me to the position when they were looking for international guides. And I'm like, I'm young, I want to travel, so I just jumped at the opportunity.
Had you ever been to the U.S. before?
First time.
No, first time. And Oklahoma is where you wound up. Did you do any of the coasts or any other big cities before coming to Oklahoma City? Or?
I flew into New York. I was in New York for almost 2 weeks.
Nice.
Visiting family, and then I came this side. So I got a bit of a taste of America that side. And well, this is completely different to New York.
But a little bit, yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
But Mike's growing the operation, so before you know it. Tell me about South Africa and rafting. How did you get involved in?
Well, I was doing a sort of a summer job about 5 years back, and I don't know, I was just bitten by the river bug and started rafting since then. I've been a guide for the last 5 years, and it's possibly one of the best jobs on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, you get to travel, you get to meet all kinds of different people, and it's just a ball. Yeah.
What are some of the questions that people ask you guys when they're on the rafts? Because I know you want communication when you're out there on the rapids, and you know, they're having fun, they're getting engaged in this. But what are some common questions that people have?
Well, I would say one of the first one is if they're gonna get wet.
And you're like, no, not at all, right?
But then, yeah, they always ask about that. If they will need to paddle, And he's like, yes, of course. It's a teamwork. You need to go and paddle with the rest of your crew, and then just like have fun.
I guess that is a fair question. So let's go ahead and answer that. Well, that's a bit of a different scenario there, I believe. This was footage from corporate rafting from a couple of summers ago. Will people get wet?
Most definitely. Yeah, without a doubt. We'll make sure of it.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, what all do the international guides in this program, what all do they do while they're here? What's the duration of?
Well, so the most of them will be here through August, or a good part of August, and during our peak season, because now we are open 7 days a week. Okay. So come out every day of the week and come rafting, and you know it's so for those who've not come, I mean, they basically provide a fully guided raft trip on our River Sport Rapids. It lasts about an hour by the time you go through the orientation and get in the rafts, get geared up, and go through the channels, you know, 3 or 4 times, and it's you know, you go through each channel, and like I said, they're really there's a lot of fun. Every experience, every time you come out is different. I mean, whether it's a different guide, whether it's a different, you know, it just feels different every time. You go down the channels a little different way. You might surf a different wave, you know. There's always something new to experience there.
All right, very good. As he mentioned, summer hours are underway, and what does that mean for you guys? You're open every day.
Open every day. We came off a very busy Memorial Day weekend. Gosh, you really know summer starts on Memorial Day. It was
boiling hot.
It was hot. It was crowded, but people had a great time.
Unfortunately, when they go rafting, they get wet, right? So that helps out with the heat.
Yeah, we like to keep people wet here in Oklahoma, and so we have a lot of ways to do that. And that starting with summer also means we've introduced our tubing operation and our river boarding, which occurs at 5 o'clock every day. So if your pass includes that, or you can come and just pay for that experience to do the tubing and the river boarding, which is a whole lot of fun. Yeah, we had a lot of people tubing over the weekend as well, and then we've got these river boards, which basically in the bottom wave you jump in and you kind of like you surf on this wave, and it's, you know, you kind of get the hang of it after a few times, and it's a lot of fun as well. We've also introduced our water slides with the giant inflatable slides, which we call them our extreme slide. They are kind of extreme, so and they have opened as well. It's just another thing to get wet and get hot, you know, on these hot days. So yeah, a lot of fun to be had all summer long.
Well, looking ahead, June 2nd, you have National Learn to Row Day.
Yeah, National Learn to Row Day. This is going on all over the country, and we you know, obviously that's kind of where we began with rowing, and so going back and really emphasizing that as a free opportunity to experience this, you know, incredible sport. And we have one of the premier venues in the country, and so you ought to take advantage of it.
It is beautiful out there.
And so to be at the Chesapeake Boathouse. No experience needed. It's totally free. This is an intro to the sport. You're going to be learning the technique. You're going to get on our big rowing barge, and then hopefully from that point learn, you know, ways to get more involved down the road.
Looks good. Yeah. So National Learn to Row Day on June 2nd. Is this your footage, Mike?
That is not I will not take credit for that one. So no, that's not my footage, but somebody took some great images.
They really did. Most of the aerial footage is when you go to their website, riversportokc.org, from this gentleman, Mike Knopp himself. Looking ahead, Friday, June 8th, your first GLOW event, and what's that all about?
Well, GLOW is, we did that in the past. We're bringing that back, and we're really excited this year. We're going to have live music every Friday night, some great bands. Going to do sunset zips, so you can zip across the Oklahoma River with the sunset and after dark, which will be a really great experience. But you know, we get a lot of comments about how relaxing it is just to hang out at, you know, next to the bottom pool, River Sport Rapids, and around the river, and so mixing that in with some beverages and some live music should make for a really fun evening, and kind of hopefully a new tradition for your Friday night in Oklahoma City. We have great food as well that be serving up. So that starts a week from Friday.
That is a good area. I was hanging out with you and John Riggs a couple weekends ago there. That's just a good central hub where it seems like a lot of people kind of rotate through that grill area.
It is, and what's cool is on both sides of that, it's really a hub because you've got the River Sport Rapids on one side, you've got our Adirondack chairs and our couches and just a place to hang out. Then on the other side we have our new dog park, so you can bring your dog and have some fun with your dog as well. So that'll be, that's something we're introducing. We'll be kicking that off here as well.
And one final thing to mention, you may want to bring your dog and stop by and catch a movie this Saturday.
Catch a movie, yeah. So back by popular demand, we had our floating films start up again on Saturday. Jumanji, the newest one, Welcome to the Jungle, is going to be playing. Again, in our bottom pool, you can float, in a raft or a tube, or you can come in and just hang out in one of our, on our Adirondack chairs. New this year, we're introducing kind of, because there's a gap between when rafting or tubing ends and the movie begins. So to encourage people to come early or stay all day is just to hang out. We're going to have an activity called Paddle Royale. So again, trying to think of some fun, unique, new things to do that tap into pop culture. And this is a thing if especially my sons and a lot of their friends play these various games, and this gets you away from the Xbox and out doing it in real life. And so what you do is you paddle up onto our islands, and we've got water guns around the islands, and they battle their way through a timed event, which is just a whole lot of fun. Again, getting wet, having fun, and that'll be going on part of your day pass on Saturday.
Also sounds like another event that you could possibly get wet in, right?
Get wet, that's right.
All right, very good. Well, Mike, Andreas, and Charles, appreciate the time today. Good to see you again. Very nice to meet you. And gentlemen, enjoy your summer. Mike, we'll catch you again next week. Thanks.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks.
Thank you.